Welcome to Me versus Me, a podcast by Total Body Inside Out. Hi, I'm Leeann, and this is my first podcast in front of a camera. I am stepping out of my comfort zone to try something new, and I hope you like it. Today, we are stepping into the Teacher's Corner, a space created for honest, practical conversations about teacher wellness. Teachers are amazing caretakers, and as a former public school classroom teacher, I understand the demands of the job. So I want you to know that taking care of yourself isn't separate from being a great teacher. It's a part of it. It's almost time to get back to school. And if you are a teacher, you know what this season looks like. Setting up classrooms, organizing supplies, looking over class lists, planning lessons, and sitting through those glorious in-service meetings. Some of you are getting your own children ready to go back to school while preparing for someone else's children at the same time. And if you are anything like I was, you probably already have started having those random school dreams. You know the ones: you can't find your classroom, your lesson plan disappeared, or your students showed up 2 weeks before you were ready. Back to school season is full of preparation. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you about today. As much time as you spend preparing for your beautiful classroom, how much time do you spend preparing yourself? I don't mean buying supplies or organizing a planner. Before the school year begins, have you decided what in your life you are going to protect? What part of your life are you unwilling to compromise this school year? Because here's something I've noticed. Teachers don't usually lose the important parts of life all at once. It normally happens little by little. The evening walks become, I'll skip it today, I'm too tired. Dinner with family becomes eating while answering emails. Reading a book for fun turns into reading student essays instead. The hobby that made you smile sits untouched for months. The phone call to a friend gets pushed to next weekend. Those things are important to you and they still matter, but they slowly get crowded out. And this may be one of the biggest challenges of teaching. Teaching is one of those professions where you have literally always more to do. There is always something else that could take your time. So, if your plan is, I'll take care of myself or my family when things slow down, you may end up waiting until next summer. As teachers, I want you to protect the things that are susceptible to disappearing as the school year progresses. We protect the things that are vulnerable, right? And there is nothing more vulnerable than something that is important to you, but not urgent. So this has to be intentional. You have to decide ahead of time that there's something in your life that is too important to lose or put to the side. For me, I think about my health and how I know that when I let my health go, every other area in my life slowly declines. I love to read, but when I was teaching, it used to always be put to the side. I felt guilty that I had other things to do, and I'm just sitting here enjoying myself. Maybe this is not you, but if it is, you have to remember you are a whole person, not only an educator. For you, it might be your faith or date night or time with your friends. Now, here's something that's important. Deciding to intentionally protect the thing you care about doesn't mean that every week will go according to plan. It doesn't mean that there won't be late nights, stressful days, or unexpected challenges. It simply means that you decided before the pressure of the school year arrives that this thing that you have chosen matters. So that when everything starts competing for your attention, you are going to do your best not to let this thing disappear. Here's another thing. Sometimes in protecting what you care about, you have to let other things be imperfect. I know, dun dun dun, it's hard when you're a teacher. But let's say you want to protect your family dinner. That may mean your classroom decorations will not be Pinterest perfect. Protecting your peace may mean you are going to answer emails during work hours instead of checking them all evening at home. I know those aren't easy decisions, but they are intentional ones. And I think intentionality is what keeps us from going on autopilot and losing ourselves. Now, I know the school year is going to ask a lot from you. It always does. Your students need you. Your coworkers depend on you. Families are counting on you. Those things are very real. But before you pour yourself into another school year, before you unlock your classroom door, before the first bell rings, I want you to ask yourself one question. What is the one thing about myself or my life that I don't want to lose this year? Not 5 things, just one. Then ask yourself one more question. What small boundary, habit, or decision could help me protect it? You might have to put a recurring family dinner night on the calendar, or take a walk 3 evenings a week instead of 6. You may have to protect your Sunday afternoons proactively instead of waiting to the last minute to think about it. Or you might have to block off 30 minutes each week for something that simply brings you joy. It doesn't have to be big, it only has to be intentional. The goal is just make sure that when you reach the end of the school year, you have not accidentally left yourself behind while taking care of everyone else. Thank you so much for spending these few minutes with me today. If this episode motivated you to protect the thing you love, I hope you'll share it with another teacher who's getting ready for a new school year. This is Me Versus Me, and I'm Leeann. And remember that before you take care of anyone else, you must take care of yourself first. So until next time, take care.